If you were a young girl growing up in the 90s, you pretty much had no choice but to love the Spice Girls. They were absolutely everywhere. I owned the CDs, saw Spice World in theaters, and even had school supplies with their faces on them. My only regret is never having seen them in concert, but I still have my fingers crossed for that reunion tour. But as an adult fan, looking back on the Spice Girls' legacy, I think about what I learned from them. For one, they taught me how to be a good friend because your girls always come first. But secondly, they taught me about a concept called brand purpose. I just didn't know it at the time. So what is brand purpose? It goes back to what Simon Sinek says in his popular TED Talk and book, Start With Why. Your brand purpose should directly answer, why does this brand exist? It's not about selling lots of products, or boosting your bottom line, or filling the pockets of C-suite executives. Your brand purpose is never selfish. It's not about the things you sell, but about what those things can do for people or the planet. It sounds cheesy, but it's how your brand can make the world a better place. Here are some examples of brand purpose. Crayola, to unleash the originality in every child. Southwest, to connect people to what's important in their lives. Dove, to help women everywhere develop a positive relationship with the way they look. And Nike, to bring innovation and inspiration to every athlete in the world. Do you notice a pattern here? When writing a brand purpose, you should always use a powerful verb. And it's because it's what you do for others. It's an action statement. In the examples I just read, we saw verbs like unleash, help, connect, and simply following this format will strengthen your brand purpose. But let's get back to the Spice Girls. In their quest for fame and superstardom, the Spice Girls knew they wanted their careers to be meaningful. They didn't approach their work with the goal to sell millions of albums or concert tickets. That may have been part of what they wanted to do, but it wasn't their why. Instead, the Spice Girls existed to unify us young girls and to inspire us with the confidence that we could do anything. And this all started with their well-known mantra, girl power. When asked about girl power in 1997, Scary Spice said, "It's about spreading a positive vibe and kicking it for the girls. Not about picking up guys. We don't need men to control our life. We control our lives anyway." And this purpose was consistent in everything that the Spice Girls did, including their lyrics. And you may remember in the Spice Girls movie that Ginger Spice scares off a guy that's hitting on her by using the word feminism. The Spice Girls sold over 100 million records around the world, so clearly their ethos of girl power resonated with their fans. It gave their music a deeper meaning, which created a deeper connection. This gave their fans someone to look up to and identify with as they established their own social circles. As for me, I always loved Ginger Spice. Their strong brand purpose led to even more Spice Girls mania when they were named the most merchandised band in history. Sylvia Patterson, a writer from The Guardian, says, "The Spice Girls were the original pioneers of the band as a brand, of pop as a ruthless marketing ruse, of the merchandising and sponsorship deals that have dominated commercial pop ever since." And fun fact, the Spice Girls dolls are the best-selling celebrity doll of all time. We may not have the Spice Girls if it wasn't for this ad that was published in a 1994 newspaper called The Stage, where they were looking for an all-female pop act. The one ad called for women ages 18 to 23 who could sing and dance. Over 600 girls responded, 400 auditioned, and of course, only 5 were selected. And then the Spice Girls' very own feminist movement began. They started living out their purpose. So although your brand may not have lyrics like the Spice Girls do, you still have messaging. You may not sing to your audience, but you still communicate. So that means you're empowered to share your brand purpose as well. The takeaway here is make sure your message is rooted in something more meaningful than just your brand. And just a little fun fact before you go, did you know that Ginger Spice was originally called Sexy Spice? Considering the Spice Girls' audience of young girls, she ended up changing it to Ginger Spice, which is, again, just a perfect example of knowing your audience. If you want to be part of my audience, be sure to subscribe for more marketing lessons with a pop culture twist. Thanks for watching.